What's up?
Hi, Sunday. Hi, Sarah.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
It's been a minute since you've been able to record.
It has been a few weeks break. Does Sunday still have his bow tie or no?
Yeah, can you see it?
Yeah.
It's a new color.
Yeah, there it is.
He learned how to like burrow inside my couch. And then one of the times he did that, he came out of the couch covered in like the material, like fluff and stuff from inside the couch, and his bow tie was gone. So it's lost somewhere like in the depths of the couch.
That's funny. Wait, so that's a different bow tie or?
Yeah, the other one was like red, this one's like green.
Okay.
It came in a pack of two. I didn't order him.
The red one was a bit presumptuous, I feel.
I made him a little like snooty. The green
Yeah.
is like a working man. He has his first adoption meeting. Um, so he
And it
might
went
be
well?
leaving soon.
Did it go
Huh?
well? Did it go well?
Hasn't happened yet. We're still scheduling it,
Oh, I see, I see.
but should be fine as
I'm
long as
glad he's hanging out.
yeah, I mean, I don't know what he's looking at, but
There's going to be another attack
I
recorded.
know. It kind of seems like it. Okay, no. He doesn't like when I talk on the phone or something. Like, I was doing a work meeting kind of like this on Zoom, and so I was kind of ignoring him. And so he just hit a glass, broke it. It's like that was so rude of you.
Well, welcome everyone. This is episode 5 of Ode to the Nets, Brooklyn Nets podcast with Jared and Sarah. I think it has been a few weeks as we mentioned, and there's been a decent amount that's happened since. I know you've been to a game, obviously, so I obviously want to hear about that. But I think the big news was the D'Angelo Russell, Dorian Finney-Smith trade, obviously.
Huge news, though, like our current situation, there hasn't been major impacts seen yet, um, due to D'Angelo Russell being injured. And I actually didn't get to see him play when I went to the Pacers game on Monday, which I was bummed about. He was out, both Cams were out,
Yeah.
Ben Simmons was out. It was honestly brutal. Um, but the trade itself, um, I thought was good, important, interesting, um, but nothing crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been nice to get, I guess, a first round pick for Dorian Finney-Smith. But that did seem unlikely, I guess. So, I mean, I'm happy to have D'Angelo Russell back, though, even if it is just for this season.
Yeah, it's fun. I like his story kind of, between just kind of heading back and forth between Brooklyn and LA. Um, I will say I didn't like that Dorian Finney-Smith said that he didn't like playing in Brooklyn. That was a little heartbreaking. Um,
Yeah, he was a little weird about it, huh?
I thought so too. I was like, leave, that Taylor Swift lyric that's like, I didn't have it in me to go with Grace.
No. Why would
Oh.
I would I know that one?
Well,
Is it a
I
big
think that's
song or
how he
something?
was feeling.
Okay, okay.
He didn't
Yeah,
have it in him to go with Grace.
I like that. A
Um,
little shade, but with elegance.
totally. But yeah, I know I won't stoop to his level, but I just don't like I don't like the Nets being called like the little brother to
Yeah,
the
that's what he said, right? He said it's
yeah.
nice being on the Big Brother team again. He also, I guess, he was also throwing shade at the Clippers.
Yeah, so
So
I
it's
didn't like
like,
that.
dude,
But I saw
but
someone say something that like made it so much worse that was like, yeah, the Clippers, whatever, like the Lakers are, an amazing franchise with a storied history and the Clippers really are their little brother, but like being the little brother to the Knicks is really brutal.
that
Like
is pretty brutal. I mean, there is a lot of history with the Knicks. but
Right.
it hasn't been, I mean, nothing good really. Not that good of history, so
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
no LeBron. That's for sure. Um, so that was a little brutal, but whatever. I'm happy for him and will be excited to see him play and happy about D'Angelo Russell. I also got, God, this is terrible. I also got to see some other new players play. Um, I'm not remembering their names. I want to say like BD or something like that.
Okay. So there's Ebowan.
Yes, I saw him play.
And I think that's how you pronounce it. The N at the end might be silent, Ebawa. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But
Beekman.
that's how Ian Eagle said it. So I'm just going with that. But
Yeah.
uh and then Reese Beekman, yeah, that's what you just said.
Yeah. Young guy, I think, but I don't know.
Yeah, Beekman was the guy that we got from Golden State.
Right.
And then Ebawan, I actually don't know. I don't know where he came from. I I'm gonna look it up right now because I should know
He's
that.
he's definitely
He's been on the team.
British, right?
Yeah, he is British. He Oh yeah, I mean he's signed a two-way contract with the Nets on the first.
So just brand new.
He's brand
Um,
new.
yeah. So
He's been pretty good too. I've been liking watching him play. He's solid.
yeah. I would say I liked watching him play and I loved watching Noah Clowney play.
Oh
Um,
yes.
and those were kind of, the big players in the night. There wasn't much going on. I mean, Dayron Sharp was hustling for sure.
Yeah, so I know we got blown out that game. I only watched part of it, but
Good. My
we
ticket,
were we were hanging on until like the second half,
it was up
maybe.
and down. It was like pretty consistently getting close to a 20 point loss. Like we could close the gap. At one point we were only eight points behind, but we were pretty consistently crushed. And I mean just like we were making shots, they just weren't going in. And the Pacers had insane threes, insane dunks. There was just sort of like nothing we could do about it. But and I was obviously trying to look on the bright side. I haven't gone to a game and seen a loss in a long time because the last three games I went to at Barclays were all Liberty games. And it was just
Uh
win, 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 win. And so it was hard to be back at Barclays and have to swallow a pretty brutal loss. But I kept saying, I'm like, this is what is supposed to be happening. This is what I want to be happening. Like,
yeah. It
I
is
saw,
brutal though, because I think it's been seven home losses in a row,
yeah.
which is a little brutal. Hopefully we can at least get a that streak soon. But
And we
it is
also
good. You're right. The tank is in full effect and it's working
totally.
finally.
So, I mean, there is a plan, just God's plan, and we're just trying to like go along with it. We lost to the Pistons, which also pretty brutal, but is good. It's
Yeah.
good. It's what we need. And like we had so many unexpected wins at the beginning of the season that it's like about time that we pick up the pace on those losses.
Yeah, I've been keeping decent track of the standings. The Pistons are actually pretty decent this year. They're above 500. They might fuck around and make the playoffs actually, but
That'd be crazy.
a
Sorry,
little bit crazy.
I just think of the
Last year.
at last year.
I mean,
So
the past like 10 years, honestly, but
I
yeah.
know I haven't adjusted yet, but you know what? That could be us. We could be
That could
like
be
literally the worst people ever, still get screwed over in the draft and then just rise from the ashes like
yeah.
season or two, which is extra exciting to think about when I go to this game for $16 and watch us lose so badly. All I can think about is it might not even be like a long-term thing.
Yeah. That's a good point. It will definitely hopefully not be 5 years or however long the Pistons have been rebuilding. Hopefully not that long. But that would be yeah, that'd be tough. But let me think. So okay. Yeah, so the standings wise, we're on a bit of a losing streak, but again, it's God's plan. We got I was thinking about this. So it's gonna be hard to catch the bottom three teams. I was thinking like the Wizards, Raptors, and
No one
Jazz.
can catch the
Yeah, and
Wizards.
the Wizards got it locked up, but the Jazz and Raptors will also probably be hard to catch.
But
Um,
the four and the fifth spot, the fourth are the ones that it is important for us though, right? To get the fourth spot
um,
in terms of our chances at a number one pick.
oh, good points, because it's like the odds are,
Yeah, I think it like changes by
what's the
like
word?
10 more than 10%. Um, our odds at getting a first round pick if we're the fourth worst instead of the fifth worst.
Okay, yeah, I'll look it up. You're right. It's actually the bottom three is but
Oh,
it's
damn it.
looking like it's like 14% for those, and then 12.5, and then
Okay.
10.5 for five, and then nine. So fourth would be pretty good though. I mean, it's pretty much just as good as being. But I was thinking we could maybe catch like the Hornets and the Pelicans, who have a worse record than us right now, and also the Blazers we're pretty much tied with. But the Hornets, they got LaMelo Ball back, and the Pelicans got Zion Williamson back, so they might start winning games hopefully. And again, the Pelicans, I think I've mentioned this once before, but the Pelicans have one of our picks, and it's top four protected. So if they get a top four pick, they get to keep it. But if it falls out of the top four, then we get it, which would be
Oh,
huge. So especially since they're bad, so it'd probably like barely fall out of the top four. So that could be huge. I mean, if we so we really want the Pelicans to win games, which is kind of just, I don't know, ironic, but
yeah, we got to be watching some Pelicans games.
yeah, so they might decide to blow it up, which would really shake up the whole league. But if they don't, they'll probably start winning games with like Zion Williamson and them.
Yeah. I mean, it's a long season, so we're only like 50% of the way through, right?
Probably not even, right? We might be 50. Let me see. We've played 38 games. Yeah, we're almost 50% practically.
And we just can't have any more like
Win
random
streaks.
stupid wins, like against the Bucks or something like that.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
like that doesn't matter as much as like I don't know what's coming up in the schedule. I need to look at the Nets schedule.
I know we
Uh,
played tomorrow. I forget who. We play
um,
the Jazz tomorrow. So
we
that might
better lose.
that that's a key matchup.
Connor saw the Knicks play the Raptors at Madison Square Garden this week, and it was definitely a beatdown, including our guy Grady Dick. He said
Yeah.
was like 1 for 5 or something like that.
Yeah, I saw he struggled that game. I also think Ochai Agbaji, he's been out with an injury.
Yeah, it's so brutal. But
Yeah. But
I don't think Connor was rooting for the Raptors, so
I'm going to see the Raptors actually in a few weeks
really?
with Dad. Yeah, they're playing the Wizards.
Who do you think's gonna win?
I don't know, but it's gonna be like the worst two teams, so
I
it might
know.
be a little exciting.
I know it'd be like a super low scoring game or something like that.
Yeah, I'll definitely report back.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear about that one, especially because it's oh dang. Sh The Wizards Nets game, is that in at Barclays or is that at
I think it's at Barclays.
oh yeah, it is. Maybe I'll go February 5th. Um, whatever. It's just kind of a depressing part of the season. I mean, we I feel like we had that period where we were watching all our favorite players leave, and then now we're just like watching ourselves get crushed. But I do feel like I still have eyes on the prize. And I sort of wanted to bring something up, which is that I want a team to root for in the playoffs. But
Oh,
I don't want
wait.
it to be the same team as you. Like, I want us to have some friendly competition.
Wait,
Um,
didn't you already mention this last podcast? Your
yeah, and
team?
I had been leaning toward the Grizzlies, but I kind of
Right.
feel like you like the Grizzlies. If you can
I do. They're my team out west. I got a team out west, and then the Bucks out east.
well, I feel like we need to each have like
A team.
yeah. And if you were just the Bucks, I would do the Grizzlies. But I want to have us to have some sort of friendly wager or something like that looking forward. And I can't do the Celtics. Um, doing the Cavs feels like a little unfair, but I'd be down for that.
Because they're so good that it'd be like hopping on the bandwagon, you mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially because I have no affiliation with the Cavs. Like,
Well, they got our guy. Well, they got our guys, Jared Allen and Karis LeVert
okay.
from the James Harden trade way back.
I can't say I feel a lot towards those guys,
Not
but
gonna lie, not gonna lie, I miss Jared Allen. I think about Jared Allen a lot.
yeah. I mean,
He was
well,
my guy.
he was your guy.
I mean, I watched more basketball like in the bubble than ever.
Makes sense.
And like it was pretty much just Karis LeVert and Jared Allen running the show in the bubble. And it was pretty fun. Even though I don't think we won a single game, but it was fun. It was fun.
It's funny when you can't. Oh, it's Jarrett Allen.
Yeah, sorry, did I say
I thought you were
Jared?
saying Jared Allen, which is a football player,
Jared
a
Allen?
former football player.
He's a who?
Jared Allen was
A
uh
former Vikings. Okay. Okay.
so I
Yeah,
was
I
like,
guess
what
so.
the hell when I looked it up to find Jared Allen stats. And I was like, Jared is a little out of it today.
Oh
He
my
doesn't know what he's
God.
talking about. But just kidding. Only I make mistakes like that. Um, okay, yeah. Well, I guess I could hop on the Cavs bandwagon. Um, don't know if my heart's in it, but sure.
Yeah, I don't know who else would you. I mean,
If it's not the Bucks, the Grizzlies, or the Celtics.
the Knicks feels a bit traitorous as a Nets fan, but
Last year during the playoffs, I was all in on the Knicks, to be fair.
they do
Like
got Mikal Bridges, who we love, of
now in
course.
Mikal, and I like Jalen Brunson just fine. Cool guy. Um,
Okay. I like Karl Anthony Towns too, their new guy.
I actually feel like that feels like a little bit more me. I feel like if we do make a bet or something like that for the purpose of the podcast, and I choose the Cavs, I'm winning, and if I choose the Knicks, I'm losing. You know what I mean? Like I want to be feel on more even playing field. Like if I took the Grizzlies and you took the Bucks, to me that feels more even.
That is pretty even. I'll give you the Grizzlies if you really want them.
Just for the purpose of like, I think we should make as it gets closer some sort of bet.
Okay. Like how many wins in the playoffs or
We could
something?
do a parlay.
Okay. Okay.
That might be complicated, but I think it would be good. I mean, it's a Nets podcast and the Nets are not going to be involved in this, so I think it'd be fun for us to make a segment out of it
Yeah, that would be fun.
when we get there. So just
Yeah.
putting it out there for the future, you
Okay.
know, until we um and I mean, yeah, I think looking forward we have basically just the two things I'm looking forward to are the playoffs and the draft. So,
Yeah. And I guess the trade deadline, right? Because
the
we
trade
still
deadline.
think Cameron Johnson should be gone, should be getting traded by then or something.
Totally. I mean, how
And
concerned are we about Cameron Johnson being injured for
uh,
our trade perspective?
I'm not that concerned. I don't think it's very serious, right? I know, so I know D'Angelo Russell, obviously, he's also injured. And there's no timeline with him yet, so it seems like they might just be resting him or resting them so that we can tank.
Yeah.
Um, Uh,
Okay.
do you have an
Uh,
update?
well, Cam Johnson is just going to be reevaluated. Oh,
Yesterday, right?
yesterday. He remains out for yesterday's game. He remained out for yesterday's game. Hmm.
Um, yeah, I mean, they've been really vague with the reporting. I think it's safe to assume he's gonna miss tomorrow's game.
Yeah.
And it's just an ankle injury, so it can't be too bad. So again, I'm not too worried about him being traded
Okay.
for that.
Um, that makes me feel better. Uh, it still feels like in many ways Cam Johnson still has like a peak value, um, even with this injury. So hopefully we can make something happen. Um, but yeah, I mean it was a hard watch with no cams and no D'Lo last.
Yeah. So I guess we talked about the Pacers game and then the Pistons we
Yeah.
mentioned. And then they've also played the Nuggets 2 days ago,
Okay.
2 or 3 days ago. And that game, this episode might go up Sunday, by the way.
That's okay.
But so that game, they were actually kind of in it for a little bit, I feel like. And we had Ben Simmons back. And I feel like
Mm,
that's kind of been the key or why we've been losing so badly these past games is that we have like no guard play, especially
yeah.
like point guard play without D'Angelo Russell, without Cam Thomas. And obviously we lost Schroeder and Shake Milton to Golden State. And
Mm-hmm.
so, I mean, with Ben Simmons back, at least we had one more guy to handle the ball because it's been a lot of like Keon Johnson and Tyrese Martin and even Reese Beekman, who had played like 3 total games before coming to the net. So he's kind of being thrown into the fire a little bit as being like our backup point guard.
Yeah, I don't think Beek was in the starting lineup, but
No.
he entered out during the Pacers game, but he entered so fast.
Yeah.
I told you like Claxton fouled within the first couple minutes and Jordy pulled him out like immediately and threw like all the new guys in. I was like, damn. We're in trouble. But yeah, similarly, Ben Simmons just came out in his hoodie, a random ass hoodie that game, and was just
Okay.
like sitting on the sideline full time. And Connor goes, "Who's that? Who's that guy in the hoodie?" Because it did not look like he was a player because of the weird hoodie he was wearing.
Uh,
And I was like, "That's Ben Simmons." Like,
that's funny as fuck.
yeah. So having Ben Simmons back is great. I did we get crushed by the Nuggets?
Pretty much. I mean, it was close until like the fourth quarter, honestly, or the end of the third quarter. We kind of fell apart. So we did end up getting crushed. Yes. I mean, they have Jokic and Westbrook was actually kind of on fire. They actually both had triple doubles, Jokic and Westbrook, which is kind of crazy. But
Okay,
it
can sorry.
no, go ahead.
Um, I Nikola Topic? Nikola
Topic,
Topic. Do we think
we
we
could
could
get
trade?
him. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So we're talking about like Cam Johnson rumor potentially to
Mm-hmm.
OKC.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been looking at draft prospects a little bit, just like names and just like who they are. And there's not very many point guards at the very top. None of the top three guys are point guards. We don't have a point guard, right? We're probably not going to re-sign Ben Simmons or D'Angelo Russell. I highly doubt that. So
Yeah.
this will be their last year. And Cam Thomas is more of a shooting guard, even if we do end up re-signing him.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of need a point guard or a young point guard. Like that's kind of like the next piece. There was a couple of European guys in college that are kind of high in the draft, um, like draft projection, I guess. I mean, I guess like it's still kind of early, but from there's this Lithuanian guy and this Russian guy that are interesting. But Topic is also very interesting because he hasn't played and he's not going to play all season. And he was one of the best prospects like people like he was getting like first overall pick buzz until like last year. He was drafted last year.
Mm-mm-mm.
He was getting first overall pick buzz. Um, and as a partial Wizards fan, I was kind of hoping we took him with the second overall pick, but
Yeah.
he tore his ACL like right before the draft, which was brutal for him,
Mm.
obviously. So he didn't end up getting picked till like seventh or so, and
Got it.
OKC got him, and they're just like stashing him. And
Oh,
OKC is obviously their stacks with just like assets, I guess, or like
yeah.
young talent and draft picks. Like they are absolutely stacked. And they could use a Cam Johnson because I don't know if you watched like the oh you didn't. We talked about the NBA Cup final game. Obviously OKC's been on
I think
fire.
the
They
one
don't
where I fell asleep.
yeah, yeah. But so OKC, they've been on fire. Like they don't
Yeah.
really need anything, but they have so much assets that they could go out and get anything. And Cam Johnson would be nice for them because 3-point shooting is like one of their they don't have many uh weaknesses, but I guess that is one of their
That would be one of them.
they played the Knicks yesterday and absolutely crushed them. I don't know if you saw that. It
No,
was,
that's sick.
yeah. So again, they don't really need anything, and they've been kind of stingy, even though they have so much assets. But like Topic would be nice. Um, and I mean, I would hope. I guess I've been kind of hoping we get two first round draft picks for Cameron Johnson. But if we could get Topic and one first round draft pick,
That'd be pretty sick.
that'd be pretty decent. I think that'd be pretty decent. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's just a name. Okay, and also I realized we were talking about something else. We were talking about the Nuggets, and then it might seem like I came out of nowhere with that, but literally it was the word Nicola that brought me there because it went
Well, they have.
Nuggets, Jokic, Nikola Tovic in my brain, and I was like, wait, I need to talk about this. So
No,
I'm
that's
sorry
fair.
if that seemed random. That's how we got there,
It is this damn near the same exact name. Plus, they're both
right?
from
Tovic and Jokic is
they're both
crazy.
Serbian too. I think.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, they're both Serbian.
Yeah, we need a Serbian king on our on the Nets right
That'd be
now.
nice.
That's what we're lacking among other things.
Well,
Uh,
between Topic and these two point guard guys in college,
yeah,
we probably will have a European point guard next year.
could be cool.
Could be cool.
Could be cool. I yeah, I'm just excited to see how all that shakes out. I mean, oh, I think the other interesting kind of like hook between the Nuggets and Oklahoma City is like once again when it really gets down to it in the finals or things like that, and I'm looking where to put my loyalty. Sometimes I just literally think geography. I feel like OKC and Denver are both kind of like equidistant from Kansas. So it's like if I have to, if we've gone down that far and I'm trying to decide who, like when it was the Nuggets versus the Heat in the finals, how long ago was that?
That was 2 years ago,
Um,
almost 2 years ago.
I was like, Denver, I guess. Even though I really liked Jimmy Butler, our our king who's been bringing the drama,
Oh
um,
yeah.
this this trade deadline. What's been going on with him? I don't quite understand where all the like unhappiness is coming from. I don't know if it's like,
It's just I'm almost positive it just has to do with money. I mean,
oh, it is.
he wanted like a max extension
Mm,
from the Heat, and then they didn't give it to him.
mm,
So he wants out. I mean, I think that's pretty much what it boils down to. And the GM for Heat, Pat Riley, he used to be a player. He uh
right, yeah.
he seems kind of like an ass, not gonna lie. And I mean, Jimmy Butler
Really?
can seem like an ass too. So I feel like they probably have some personal beef too.
Yeah, they probably
But
just don't drive.
yeah, I think it was probably tough because Jimmy Butler's dad also died last year.
Mm,
And then there was also this contract, dispute. So it was probably just he probably felt. betrayed or
Damn.
something. And then so he pretty much requested a trade, and then the Heat suspended him for requesting a trade for 7 games.
I heard that. Can they even do that? Is that allowed?
Yeah, I think
You
it's a
can
lot.
suspend someone for requesting a trade?
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, because, well, I guess.
Doesn't it seem
Um,
like a little messed up? I don't know.
well, I think it's kind of weird because they suspended him for 7 games. So, like, what if they can't trade him in the next, within the next 7 games? Then they're just gonna bring him back. Oh, like, oh yeah, welcome.
Like nothing happened? Yeah, it's
I know.
bizarre. And
So it's
also
like
it's
just
like
suspend him indefinitely. I feel like
also it makes it less likely. I mean, they're basically like, we hate this guy. Anyone can have him, but it's like who would want that, you know?
I know it's so weird. It kind of kills their leverage too. So,
Exactly. Like they're not going to be able to have great offers, I don't think.
well, one of the big rumors, or one of the yeah, was that he was
Andrew
gonna
Wiggins.
go. No, well that has been speculated, but it was also the Memphis Grizzlies.
No
However,
way.
I know. However, there was a report that someone shot it down. It was either the Grizzlies or Jimmy Butler shot it down, so it's almost certainly not going to happen anymore. But it makes the most sense on paper, but guess not. Guess probably won't happen at this moment.
I feel like I remember hearing that it was the Grizzlies and that they're just like being really difficult in terms of trade stuff and are actually like even made some comment about the Nets with the
Mikal Bridges.
um Dennis Schroeder
Oh, I did not hear that. Interesting. That's some tea.
trade, but apparently there was just like it was a bad offer.
Right. No, 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 no. I did hear about this. They offered I think they offered like John Conchar, some random bench player for
Yeah.
them.
And then there
And
was some comment from the manager that they didn't like how the Nets were moving or something like that. And it was just like, well, it was a bad, were we supposed to just take the bad offer?
I know.
So I would totally believe if they turned, or there just sounds like they're being a little,
Stingy or
a little
difficult. Yeah.
stingy. Yeah.
I could see
So
that.
yeah, me too. Um, that kind of wraps up stuff I thought we should talk about. We can come back next week with some thoughts on like a wager or something like that.
Yeah, no Chiefs news. They wrapped up the 1 seed, so there's no games this weekend. I think the playoffs just started a few minutes ago, but
Wait, wait, oh my gosh. What happened with the Patriots and the Bills?
oh, the Patriots choked. Or wait,
They won, didn't they?
the Patriots won
And they were supposed to
and they
lose.
were supposed to lose, and so they like fell in the draft because it's not like a lottery like in the NBA. So then the coach got fired.
I remember because like Nick, is a big Bills fan, and he was like, "This game doesn't matter to me at all, so like
It
we should
didn't.
watch it together because we're kind of enemies right now, just because the Bills and the Chiefs." And I was like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Honestly, it would be kind of sick if they lost because it would be so funny if the Patriots lost the draft pick, and then they did, which is crazy. So
Yeah.
love to see them lose."
Only a couple minutes left. So any shout outs you want to give for Denzel to wrap up the episode?
Yeah, I want to shout out Noah Clowney. Loved watching him play. That was basically the bright spot of the Pacers game. He brought the energy, he was making shots, he was all over the court. I think he's like a very exciting, dynamic player. And he's so young, and I'd love to see him, as like I don't know really what his contract looks like to be honest, but I'd love to see him in a more successful version of the Nets one day because yeah, he's exciting to watch and just seems like a lot of fun.
I like that. I think he could be here for the long haul because he's like one of the most exciting young piece right now. So I like
Mhm.
that. Good shout out.
Thanks.
For me, um, I guess this is a game time decision. Um, I gotta give a shout out to Zeke Mayo. You may not, he plays for KU basketball,
Mhm.
and he's been on a tear. He's from Lawrence. He's from our hometown. He went to high school at LHS.
No way.
I know, and he's been on a tear, so it's been fun to watch him.
Amazing shout out. Good to know. I'm going to a party with some Lawrence people tonight, so I'll definitely be using that as a talking
Zeke
point.
Mayo's the guy.
I'm gonna say he's the guy. That's what I'm gonna say when I walk in the door.
Hell yeah.
Okay, great. It's so nice to be filming with you again. I'm glad um that we were able to work it out and that we're maybe on like a new schedule. I think this worked out well.
Yes. It was real. Thanks for
Yeah.
watching, everyone. Peace.